Hello everybody and welcome into the SFA Season 17 College Football Playoff. We are back for the Cotton Bowl, and oh baby, arguably the best rivalry in the SFA, the Cy-Hawk, here in the Cotton Bowl. A second chance at watching this game this season. We've got Coach Jarkus and the Iowa Hawkeyes taking on Coach Schwartz in the Iowa State Cyclone. It's going to be a banger of a matchup. As always, this is the SFA. It's an online dynasty ran through Discord, Twitch, and YouTube. You can jump in anytime, claim a team, set your playbooks, recruit players, participate in server games, and build a national champion. If you want to watch without ads, if you're watching live, feel free to drop a Twitch Prime sub. It's completely free when you link your account. And also, if you want more content, you can check out patreon.com/the SFA. We're just coming from the Peach Bowl. That VOD will be available later on today. Highlights probably available tonight or really early tomorrow morning. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're doing all 4 quarterfinal matchups here today. So it's going to be a good one. Settle in, get your popcorn here on a nice Saturday. So let's get it going. It's going to be a ton of fun. So here is what the Cy-Hawk matchup looks like, folks. 15th battle between these two. Earlier this year, Iowa State ran away with it. But Iowa, they've been trending up ever since this game. So it's going to be a very interesting one. Traditionally, Iowa, of course, gets domed in this matchup, but it's a neutral site. We'll see what happens. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you missed the first game, shield your eyes so you're not spoiled. So who's going to the Orange Bowl? It's Auburn. They took down Georgia Tech. Very fun game. A lot of turnovers in that one. They will await the winner of Southern Miss and the Baylor Bears. But let's get into this matchup. As always, we'll go through the full rosters and watch the game in its full entirety. As we got the SFA Player of the Year, the transfer from Rutgers, Jamarcus McNutt. 84 overall, 55 speed. He's a tree, but he can yam it deep with the best of them. And how about the Oklahoma transfer finally settling it in? Sam Howmiller has been elite this season. Wide receiver, you got Courtney Gibson, SFA player LaShonte Bryant, Josh Houston, and Tyrone Vandermeulen. Tight end, 2 SFA players, Michael Blount and Cal Shoemaker. Offensive line looks like this. Not the best Iowa line you've ever seen, but they've gotten the job done here last couple of weeks. On defense, you got Orlando Silatonga, the SFA player. Marcus Brown on the other side. You may also see the Yams legend, Jared Gilbert. In the middle, Dan Smith and John Rogers. At linebacker, Cody Jenkins, Brock Greco, and Ziggy Tozama, the SFA player. And at corner, Grant Fitzpatrick, Fred Yates, Terrence Smith. And out back, Mike Johnson, SFA player Carlo Hadley, and SFA player Kalen Winans. And their kicker, Avery Talon, he had some problems with missed field goals against Ohio. So we'll see if the SFA player can settle in as they will face the Iowa State Hawkeyes, Coach Schwartz. Quarterback Kirko Squatch, the Georgia Tech transfer. So we just saw them lose, so see if he can go farther. I was kind of hoping for a Kirko Squatch against his old team in the Natty, but that's all right. Greg Cooper, he's burst onto the SFA. He's been dominant every time we watch him. Ray J. Butler, the best wide receiver in the nation, leads in yardage and touchdowns. Tavares Anthony, Johnny Burton, you might see Mozzie Barmore as well, SFA player. Pop Heyman, the SFA player. Offensive line looking like this, a lot better than the other side. And on defense, Andre Wilson, Muyumbo Bole, the SFA player. And in the middle, Freddie Holtz and Igor Torgerson. At linebacker, Kelvin Cox, Shaq Madison, your Bednarik and your Butkus winner this season. Dustin Anderson. Corner, you got the Clemson transfer, Artie Smart and Lewis Fernwood. And in the back, the Oklahoma transfer, Octavius Fenster and Mike Bernard, with their kicker being Jarrett Smith, I believe. So, let's get into this matchup. Schwartz, if you're here, let me know what jerseys you want. Same thing with Iowa. The Cy-Hawk Cotton Bowl. Battle for the Cy-Hawk Trophy. Remember, guys, the predictions for the rest of the way are just going to be straight-up picks. So are you going Iowa or are you going Iowa State? Iowa State won this matchup the first time, but you know how hard it is to win the matchup twice in a row. We just saw a rematch from this season for both Auburn and Georgia Tech, and the opposite one. So we'll see what happens here. Let me get my thumbnail. Jarkus wants basic aways. Boo! Boo! Boo this man! Alright, that's fine. Shorts, are you here? Do the blackout? But I love these gloves. Or I love this stick to do the blackout, stick it to the Hawkeyes. All right, well, Short's not here. I guess we'll give it to the other Iowa State fan here. We'll do the blackout for Iowa State going up against the Hawkeyes. All right, the Cy-Hawk matchup in the Cotton Bowl. Remember, this is taking place in a dome at Dallas. Sometimes there's rain in this game, but traditionally this game is a lot darker as well, kind of like Allegiant Stadium. It's just a shading issue. It's not like a game issue or anything. So here we go. The Cy-Hawk matchup. They're already chirping in chat. Let's get it done. This is probably the biggest rivalry we've ever had in a CFP game. Here we go. The SFA Cotton Bowl taken over by the Cy-Hawk. Number 4, number 5, winner heads out west to the Rose Bowl semifinal. Two of the best pass offenses in the country on display. No rain in this matchup, thank goodness. Fortunately, Kirko Squatch, he couldn't get the black armband on. He whipping out the red one. Oh, Kirko. So here we go. Iowa State will start with the ball here in the Cotton Bowl. Oh, they fumbled the opening kick, but they pick it up. So here we go. Empty set to start it. Kirko Squatch. The handoff to Greg Cooper. Breaks the Carlo Hadley tackle and gets 7. If Iowa wants to win this game, they've got to tackle Greg Cooper and they've got to contain Ray J. Butler. Those are the two most impactful players on this offense. Force Kirko to either take it himself or find another man. Carlo Hadley is also the X factor here for this defense. So 4 wide, 2nd and 3. Delay give to Greg Cooper. It will be a first down in the second missed tackle in a row for Carlo Hadley. Not a lot of synergy here. The Cyclones didn't even get the mascot a blackout jersey. So 1st and 10, pistol. Kirko keeps it, and he, once again, a missed tackle from Carlo Hadley. 3 straight to start the game. Surely we won't get a 4th. Kirko, it's a keeper, and down he goes. So a third down to start the Cy-Hawk Cotton Bowl. Kirko squatch. Drops back. He yams it deep down the right side. Caught one-hander on your dome. Touchdown Cyclones. Ray J. Butler. Oh my God. As he breaks Mo Alley Cox school record. What a start. The Cyclones, who are a decade removed from their national championship, looking to get back. What a throw from Kirko. And so here's Carlo Hadley on the return. Oh, he finds room. Nice return there, 32 yards. So the nation's leading passer in the SFA Player of the Year, Jamarcus McNutt. 2 tight end set. How will Iowa respond? They give it to Hal Miller. He breaks one, and he falls forward for 7. Second and 3, we're going Wildcat. Iowa already getting tricky here. Hal Miller, he'll keep it, and he pushes and gets the first. Hal Miller's been a fantastic player this year. Struggled with injuries at his time in Iowa City. First and 10, McNutt will keep it here, and he spins and gets 4. Using his knowledge from his triple option days to get positive yardage. Second and 6, we've yet to see him unleash the arm. Motion for Blount. Another handoff to Hal Miller. He breaks a tackle, and it'll be 3rd and inches. So it looks like Iowa taking a little different approach to this matchup. Looks like they're wanting to more so dink and dunk it. So 3rd and inches. Jamarcus over the middle, caught, and that's a first down. Josh Houston for 11. The drive continues here for the Iowa Hawkeyes. Inside the 40 is definitely the most fun matchup of the quarterfinals on paper. McNutt, he has time to the flat. It's caught. That's Cal Shoemaker. No, it's Courtney Gibson. Mixing these white boys up here at Iowa. There's a lot of them. Courtney Gibson, their top receiving target. 2nd and inches now. McNutt has time, dumps that off to Hal Miller, and he'll get a nice gain. So into the red zone here for Iowa. Pretty easy, methodical drive so far for Jarkus. Took down Ohio in the snow. Hand off to Hal Miller. Tries to get to the edge, and he goes down. Calvin Cox on the tackle. Second and 10 now. 3 wide. McNutt drops back. He has time. Yams it deep, and couldn't get the foot in. Just overthrew Houston. Third down, now it's a screen to Hal Miller. He catches it, he turns upfield, and he can't get there. It's a game of inches, folks. But Jamarcus McNutt breaks the record for passing yardage in a career. That's crazy. Fourth and 3, they're going for it. Getting aggressive in the Cy-Hawk. No way! The snap. McNutt. He has time. He throws. Incomplete! Iowa State takes over. What a call from Jarkus. It didn't work. But love the aggression here. So here comes Kirko Squatch. Their second drive, they got the big play to Ray J. Quick option, and Kirko keeps it. Down he goes. Orlando Silatonga. One of the better edge rushers in the nation here. 2nd and 11. They've pinned Iowa State pretty deep here. Kirko. He'll keep it here, using his own feet. He evades, runs over Hardly. Oh no. 20 yards for Squatch. Carlo Hadley not having the best game. Come on, Carlo. You gotta settle in. You gotta make a play. You're an X factor. Empty set. Kirko floats that short, and that is caught by Anthony. He'll get 8. Need a big game against Notre Dame. These are the two teams that scored the most in the opening round. 45 for Iowa State, 42 for Iowa. 2nd and 2. Handoff to Cooper. He'll get the first, and he gets 5. First and 10. Fighting out of their own shadow, their own end zone. Blitz here. Kirko finally goes down. He's sacked. Kalen Winans on the safety blitz. Finally gets home. Much needed. Very delayed blitz there, too. Jarkus hating on Hadley. Rightfully so. That's already 4 missed tackles I've counted from him. 2nd and 15, though. Big chance here. They're going empty. Squatch drops back. Another blitz. He takes off. He finds the edge, and they bring him down after 9. You got to watch out, Blitz and Kirko. He is a running quarterback as well. Third down. Empty set again. Kirko over the middle. It's caught, and Anthony is short. Iowa gets off the field. And they're going for it on their own side of the 50 here in the first quarter. Aggression at a max. Kirko, and he's sacked! Turnover on downs. Iowa will get it at the 40. How aggressive can you be here, Schwartz? My goodness. 1st and 10 here for the Hawkeyes. The handoff to Howmiller. He'll push through 1 and get about 4. Incredible play that I don't even... Why would you go for it? First quarter, you have the momentum on your... at the 50. That's crazy. All right, empty set now for McNutt. Both teams loving the empty sets earlier. They'll audible into goal line. Incredible. They'll hand this off to the receiver, and he goes nowhere. Tyrone Vandermeulen, the 4th receiver. Might want to get rid of that wrinkle there, Jarkus. So 3rd down here for the Hawkeyes. Inside the 40. McNutt rolls right, and he's sacked! Sacked by Kelvin Cox. So they get the turnover, and what do they do with it? They lose 4 yards. and they'll have to punt. So as we end the first quarter here in the Cy-Hawk Cotton Bowl, Iowa State got the big play, but Iowa's trying to fight back at least. Remember, this matchup was a bit of a blowout back in week 4, but Iowa has gotten so much better throughout the season. It all comes to a head here in Arlington. So here's the punt. Can they pin them deep? Down at the 1, but bounces into the end zone. So Iowa State will come back out. Long touchdown and a turnover on downs. Can they sustain a possession here? 2 tight ends set. Another audible here for Kirko. 4-man rush, clean pocket, floats it to the corner, and that's caught working on Carlo Hadley. 9 yards. 2nd and 1, another empty set. Iowa State just loves it here. Fakes it and hit as he throws. Caught! Johnny Burton gets 4. Kirko fakes the draw on the blitz. He's 5 for 5. Have yourself a day, Kirko. Spot in the Rose Bowl semifinal. On the line. The delayed give. Silatonga brings him down. They are corralling Cooper at least a little bit here. 2nd and 12 here for the Cyclones. Been a great game already. Squatch to the corner. Almost intercepted by Winans. Brought in by Burton. Very risky throw there. Works out for him. 3rd and 12 for the Cyclones. Can Iowa get off the field? Squatch. Dump off here to Anthony, and he gets only 6. So Iowa gives up a bomb, and they are now playing fantastic defense ever since. But now they need the offense to get in gear. So here's the return. It's Carlo Hadley. He runs over a man. He gets a block and gets past the 30. So they had 1 drive stall in the red zone. They went for it and turned it over. Next one was a 3 and out. McNutt drops back. He has the time. He's going to yam it deep left side out of bounds. Nobody open. Very good defense here for Iowa State. Artie Smart, Lewis Fernwood, Feenster. McNutt, great protection again. They've been going max protect. It's intercepted. He never saw the linebacker. Unbelievable miscue here. It's Jason Meeks. I never saw him, neither did he. So Iowa State takes over across the 35. Safety's coming down. Kirko delivers a strike, and he gets 2 out of it to Mozzie Barmore. Exactly. You got to sue. Mike's exactly right. You got to sue Jerry here. Quick option. It floats it out to Anthony, and down he goes. So a 3rd and 5. Can Iowa's defense stand tall? Shotgun inside the 30. Kirko. 4-man rush. Yams it deep down the seam. Intercepted. No, it's dropped. Carlo Hadley makes the play. And they're going for it. So no field goal unit. Split backs. Kirko. He hands it off and down he goes. Another turnover on downs. That's our 3rd turnover on downs here in the first half. So no points off the turnover. Incredible game so far. And only 7 points. So it's a keeper for McNutt. Nobody saw it coming. McNutt gets 12. Yeah, this game is crazy. Especially after the Peach Bowl. These games are awesome. 1st and 10. McNutt over the middle. It's Blout. Ay, ay, ay. So McNutt, 5 for 9, 44 yards. He'll drop back, clean rusher. He yams it deep down the right side and intercepted! And the foot's in! He stays in bounds! What a play! Jerry Fernando! Over the shoulder! How did he stay in? So back-to-back interceptions for the SFA Player of the Year. Making my choice here over Kirko and Ray J. Butler a bit questionable, to say the least. Handoff here to Greg Cooper. Another missed tackle from Carlo Hadley as he gets 3. It's only 2 interceptions, Nathan. So 2nd and 7 here. That one he was hit as he threw. He's just trying to throw it out there. Kirko, up the gut. It's 10. Who would have thought that Clayton Tune outplaying Kirko Squatch could wind up with an Iowa State National Championship? Incredible. Kirko? Oh, he almost had room there. McNutt doing his best Oyama impression. Oh, no. 2nd and 7. Pistol. 4-man rush, no pressure at all. 1st down, Johnny Burton. All right, across the 40 here. Halfway through this 2nd quarter. Kirko drops back again. He takes off, breaks a tackle, and finally hit. They won't call it a sack. Kyle Andrews, he had a massive game against Ohio. Gonna need to have an equally masterful performance today. 2nd and 10. Motion for Mozzie Barmore to the backfield. It's option. Floats it out. There he goes to the corner. Runs over one. Andrews gives chase inside the 15. There's Greg Cooper. Gotta watch out for him. Either Greg Cooper or Ray J. Butler. Anytime they touch the ball, it can be a house call. So trying to extend their lead and keep the shutout going. Kirko drops back, floats it to the corner, and tipped away. 2nd time they've tried that throw, and it's been risky both times. 2nd and 10. Handoff here to Cooper. He finds some room, cuts inside, and down he goes after 4. He left some meat on that bone. Probably could have scored if he saw the hole. So 3rd and 6. Chance to keep this to a field goal attempt. Empty set for Kirko. He'll throw. Over the middle. Caught! Touchdown, Derek Matthews! Iowa State scores again. 14-0. Iowa's got to figure it out here. They do get the ball after halftime. Remember that, folks. So if they can put together a drive. I know it's been lackluster considering Jamarcus McNutt's done nothing today. Nathan, I feel like there was some worse performances at Rutgers. So Iowa State, back-to-back interceptions. I think the real problem has been the pass protection. They're not giving McNutt a lot of time, force him to make quick decisions. Back under center, hands it off. Hal Miller to the outside. He spins down. Lewis Fernwood, the SFA player, on the tackle. Second and 12, 4 wide. Delay give for Hal Miller. He finds space, brought down by Shaq Madison, your Bednarek, Butkus, freshman All-American SFA player. So third down here for Iowa. They've got to find some offense. McNutt has some time. He steps up, and he's not going to throw it. Hit as he threw. It will be a 3-and-out for the Hawkeyes. Iowa State now has a chance to bust this game wide open. They'll start at the 49. I don't know, Mush. That felt like a fumble. I have no idea how Thad Russell fumbled that. Didn't end up mattering, but... First and 10. Kirko is empty. Brings a blitz. They can't get to him. He evades. And a big hit, but he gets 8 yards. They keep getting pressure interior, but Kirko keeps evading outside. I think it's because of the injury. I don't know, it always seems like there's the fumble happens when the quarterback gets injured. Second and 2. Handoff. And he'll be short. So third down upcoming. Can the Hawkeyes get off the field? Kirko, he throws it away. Surely they go for this, and they will. They're 0 for 2 on the day. Will Schwartz finally learn? Motion. Fourth down. Squatch. He evades. Up the gut. He gets the first with ease. He spins. Hadley brings him down. Squatch up to 53 yards. The Cy-Hawk Cotton Bowl in action. 2-score lead for Iowa State early. Iowa's defense is desperate. Kirko floats it, and that's caught. No, incomplete. He dropped it. Big hit by the safety. Empty again. Blitz to the corner. Caught. And loss of yards for Matthews. He'll hurry it up. Third and 11. The snap. Kirko yams it deep. Open man. Touchdown, Johnny Burton. Blown coverage from Iowa. Iowa State leads 21-0. What is happening? To make it 21, bang! So for the second time this season, Iowa laying a goose egg in the Cy-Hawk matchup. Can we even call this a rivalry anymore? If they lose this game, they'll be 4-11 all time. They got 33 seconds to do something here. They will get the ball after halftime. But gotta use these 33 seconds. You got 3 timeouts. Do something. McNutt, he'll float it deep and almost intercepted. Just nobody open. You're looking at this coverage. He had the time there, but he had to throw the most perfect pass possible if that was going to be complete. 2nd and 10. McNutt. Corner blitz. It's caught over the middle. That's going to be Randy Vincent. He gets 8. So 3rd and 2. Motion here for McNutt. Handoff to Hal Miller. He gets space up the gut. 19 seconds left. 1 timeout. Probably need about 30 yards here for Avery Talon. The bunch set. McNutt. 4-man rush over the middle. It's caught. They got to hurry it up here. They use their last timeout. Second and 6 for McNutt. Yes, time. Dumps that off, and oh no, they got to hurry it up. Go, 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 go. Please, I'm on my knees. Get it off. Please get it off, get it off, get it off. Yes, yes, yes. Let's go. Chance at the Hail Mary to end the half. Jamarcus McNutt. He gears up. He yams it deep down the left side. And it's caught! Josh Houston gives Iowa life. He couldn't get his toe in earlier. This time he brings it down. Right on Octavia Fenster's dome. So as we hit halftime here in the Cy-Hawk Cotton Bowl, Iowa State led the way, but Iowa's coming. Let's go, baby. Iowa, they got it off. That was the best clock management I've ever seen. Incredible. All it took was me begging on my knees. The blue square. On ya dome. Dome's would be a good name. I should put that in a player. See, look at you there, Coach Bob Toledo. You are cooking with the recruit ideas. So you look at the first half stats. I mean, Iowa State, they've been dominant, but some turnover on downs, multiple turnovers for Iowa. Big plays. They need to tighten it up. Boom, 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 boom. And remember, guys, after this game, we still got 2 matchups. We got the Sugar Bowl and the Fiesta Bowl still coming. But Iowa has a chance here to double them up. How is Jarkis going to handle coming off? A Hail Mary catch. Carlo Hadley. Down 14. 2 scores, easy. 2 scores is easy work, folks. Pizza, stick to your J job there, Slime. So a little audible here. Trips right. Handoff left here. Hal Miller turns upfield. Pushed out by Meeks. He'll get 5. Hal Miller has not been as impactful as he was when he went over like 250 yards against Ohio in the snow. 2nd and 5. They'll hand it off. There's some room on the left side. That's a big gain for Hal Miller. Shaq Madison, 5 tackles. Hasn't made too much of an impact yet. Hasn't needed to. Motion for the Hawkeyes. Jamarcus throws it and dropped! You cannot be dropping these, folks. Ah! The best team in Hawkeye history, man. Handoff, Hal Miller. He's stuffed in the backfield. He's still going. Somehow turned that into a minus 3-yard loss. The best 3-yard loss you'll ever see. So 3rd and 13. Iowa trying to keep the drive alive. Gotta make a play. McNutt has time, only a 3-man rush over the middle, and dropped again! I'm sick. These receivers are choking. My glorious McNutt is getting absolutely hosed by his wide receivers. Oh, running into the kicker. Where's the flag? Oh my goodness, ref ball here in the Cotton Bowl. All right, Iowa State up 14. They survived the Hail Mary onslaught. And there's a sack. Yeah, you're exactly right there, Flame. Best team in Iowa history. Still may be losing twice to ISU in a season. Yuck. Where's Rayshon Gloop when you need him? 2nd and 14. Quick option. McNutt. Or not McNutt. That's Kirko Squatch. He gets 1. Got McNutt on my mind. 3rd and 13. Can Iowa get off the field? Empty set. Kirko Squatch runs out of time. Hits his man over the middle. It's Matthews, and that's a fresh set of downs. They'll hurry it up. At the 50. Handoff here to the wide receiver. I think that's Mozzie Barmore. He gets to the outside, breaks a tackle, and he'll get 9. Impressive run from the wide receiver. Across the 50 now. Over the middle. Oh, he evades him. There goes Greg Cooper. You cannot be lackadaisical there in coverage. This team is just too good. What are you doing there, Andrews? Iowa State can taste that Rose Bowl now. Oh, baby. Kirko floats it deep. Open man. Touchdown to Tavares Anthony. They retake the 21-point lead. Kirko Squatch 4th touchdown on the day. The 4 seed, the top at-large in the country, who would have had a first-round bye had they not choked to Baylor. Folks, we might be staring Iowa State Baylor right in the face in the Natty. Carlo Hadley on the return here. They got to do something and got to do it now. Kirko Squatch having the game of his life. Safety's coming down. Jamarcus McNutt. The handoff left, breaks a tackle, stumbles forward, he gets 2. The first matchup was 38-10. Looking like we're getting there unless something drastically changes here for Iowa. They'll throw it. McNutt, he has plenty of time, and he dumps it off. And he spins forward. That's Cal Shoemaker. He gets 2. The 5-star freshman. So 3rd and 6 for Iowa. It's been a forgettable day here for this offense. Mid-screen. LaShonte Bryant, his first touch of the day, and they're short. And they'll punt it. Oh. This is the tiniest nitpick, but we have way too many juniors in the SFA and not enough younger brothers / cousins. Timeline just don't make sense. Well, so the juniors aren't, like, from other SFA players, right? Like, I just think that it's, like, more of a... Like, I don't think we have any juniors from SFA players at all yet. It's just, like, Will Sweeten Jr. That's just what his name is, right? That's why I put in there, or the 3rd or the 7th. We do have some case of brothers, but yeah, no, I get it. Same last name. There's going to be, but they're not like of SFA player lineage, is what I'm saying. So it's like Will Sweeten Jr. Yeah, his name is Junior, but there's never been a initial Will Sweeten in the SFA. Oh, Kirko, he goes down. That's a sack of 9 yards. But yeah, the Irons clan is a bunch of brothers / cousins. Yeah, but I can make more family ties. And I will once we get past season 20. There'll be a lot more actual kids of SFA players. So you're yamming that deep, and Johnny Burton brings it in. Insane catch on the corner there. Yep, that's in. So 3rd down here for the Cyclones. Positive territory. 3rd and 3. Hands it off. Cooper to the outside. Oh my God, the stiff arm he got, but he goes down. Ziggy Tozama. One in 11 Wisconsin, a transitive champ. Why not? Yeah. I don't think we've ever seen a running into the kicker penalty in this game. Corner blitz, dual corner blitz, and you get only a couple yards out of it. You gotta yam it deep when you see the corner coming. Josh Houston, though, having himself a day. Now, these other receivers are doing anything, but... Here's Wildcat. Hal Miller in the backfield. Motion. He hands it off. Oh, what a block from McNutt. He springs the back, and he gets a big play. Ron Clemens for 20. Look at the block from McNutt. Takes out 2 players. Big time first down. Maybe we need to put McNutt at fullback. First and 10. Counter here. Hal Miller finds some room, and he gets himself 9. They've got to start making a push here. They're across the 50. About 11 minutes left in this game day. Handoff Hal Miller. He'll get 5. Dinking and dunking it down the field. They need scores, and they need a lot of them. Pistol form for McNutt. They'll hand it off, and down he goes. What a tackle from the defender. Artie Smart, the transfer from Clemson. So, if Lame, in the case of like Like a Matt Barkley, right? He technically was recruited by Duke and then played at Utah and Miami. Who gets the boost? 3rd and 15. And broken tackle. Hal Miller makes a push, and he gets past the 40. Fourth down, they're going for it. Second time going for it on the day. The snap, mid-screen, cuts upfield, he gets the first! LaShawnte Bryant, the SFA player. First and 10. Do the Hawkeyes have life? Handoff, Hal Miller up the gut. He breaks through. He gets 10. Oh, yeah, the SFA NFL thing. Shame I can't get Chadley Brown on the Broncos. Oh, the jump pass cross bodies caught! What a catch from Gibson! The back foot fadeaway throw. First and goal. To the end zone. Caught! LaShawnte Bryant! Here come the Hawkeyes. There you go, Iowa. That's what you needed to do. It's Florida Man. It's going based off classes. So, Chet Doge definitely not going to be in there. Come on, that's good in the NFL, bro. Bro, he gets like 10 feet in. Come on.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Which is ridiculous because they have Derek Carr. Which is fine. But J.J. Watt in 2 firsts? Like, come on, bro. You have 2 good quarterbacks. J.J. Watt, bro? It must be the SFA version of J.J. Watt that's injury-ridden and never does anything. All right, 14-point lead for the Hawkeyes. Or for the Cyclones. They're letting the Hawkeyes hang around a bit. Over the middle, that's a catch from Greg Cooper. He's been heating up here. Iowa's gotta make a play. And we haven't seen Ray J. Butler make any catches ever since his touchdown. Here we go. We've got some Wildcat. Cooper finds a hole, and he's tripped up. So as we hit the end of the 3rd quarter here in the Cotton Bowl, Iowa State leads 28-14. Can we see a comeback for the ages? 9 minutes left in this Cyhawk mashup. 2nd and 4, motion. Handoff here to Cooper, breaks 1, he gets some blockers outside, and he's short. Great effort there from Cooper. So 3rd and 1, this would be massive here for Iowa to get off the field. Pistol form, offset A. Kirko to the outside, he gets the 1st and more. He's still tumbling. Inside the 30, that's 25. The Hawkeye can't believe it. Kirko Squatch running his way to the Rose Bowl. Kirko flings it deep. Oh my God, that would have been an insane throw. What in the world? The step through jump pass. 2nd and 10. Kirko Squatch inside the 30. To the outside, Cooper goes down. But Iowa's got to make a play here. You cannot give up a field goal and let this get to 3 scores. It's basically a death sentence. 3rd and 12, split backs. The delayed give here, down he goes. So what is the call for Iowa State? 4th and 9. They will go for it. They don't have a kicker, I guess. 4th and 9. Offense on the field. Kirko over the middle. It's caught. Ray J. Butler inside the 10. His 2nd catch of the day is arguably as impactful as his first. Insanity. This guy only shows up to deliver the strike. 1st and goal. That was the moment for Iowa. Quick option. Floats it to Cooper. Down he goes. Cannot believe Ray J. Butler. 2nd and goal. Empty set. And they're going to run clock. Unreal here for Iowa State if they can pull this off. Second and goal. Kirko, free rusher, caught, touchdown, Tavares Anthony. So I guess he ties the record with, that has to be a tied record with Kiko Strong. There's no way Strong went his entire career without getting 5 touchdowns in a game. So 35-14, 6.5 left. It's looking tough now for Iowa. Hey, one fan at least knew that it was going to be a blackout. Carlo Hadley on the return. 24 yards. So down 21, 6.5 left. It's already the best season in Iowa history. Won't feel like it. Unless they find something magical. Marcus just dumps it off because nobody's open. Hal Miller's wrapped up. You can see DeMarcus just searching downfield, ready to cork it. And there's just nothing. Sharkus may need some wide receiver help in the portal. Yeah, McNutt likely for one more year unless he declares. Which I doubt he would. Oh, ball's on the ground, no way! Adding insult to injury. Will this stand? The booth will review it. Is Hal Miller down? Yeah, he is. That looks down to me, but we'll see. So it's reversed. Iowa State keeps it. Or Iowa keeps it. So 3rd down here for McNutt. The mid-screen and almost picked by Fenster. Or no, that's already Smart. Well, it obviously worked there, Coach Mike. Domination here from Iowa State. They dominated Notre Dame, one of the best offenses in the country. And there's a lot to be said about this Iowa State offense. Kirko Squatch, Greg Cooper, of course, Ray J. Butler. But how about this defense holding the best rushing attack in the nation to 19 points, and now holding the best passer in the country in terms of yardage to 14 points. As now Kirko gets 10, running over 2 defenders. A decade after their first natty, is Iowa State gearing up for another? They won it in Season 7 from the 2 spot. Can they do it from the 4? They beat Clemson in the Season 7 National Championship. So we're running clock now. Looks like Iowa State's already punching their tickets to Pasadena. So they would take on the winner of the Fiesta Bowl between Washington and Tennessee. So a keeper here from Kirko on 3rd down, and he gets it. Couple more first downs and this game will be over. The keeper from Greg Cooper, and he gets 11. Handoff, and Cooper gets a whole touchdown, Iowa State. 42. They're the highest scoring team here in the CFP. They put 45 in the first matchup. Now they've got 42. As Iowa will go down in the Cyhawk matchup for the 2nd time this season. A matchup dominated by the Cyclones for the better part of 10 seasons. Continues. The hatred in Iowa City is tenfold now. The Season 18 Cyhawk matchup with a senior Jamarcus McNutt is gonna feed generations. Yeah, the real rivalry is Iowa State-Baylor. Handoff here, Hal Miller to the outside, down he goes, Artie Smart. Handoff, Hal Miller to the outside. He's had a great career. Or not a great career, I guess, but a great season here for Iowa. Proving that his transferring was the right move. 3rd and 6. McNutt all alone. Over the middle, it's caught by Houston. He'll be short. It's kind of been the day it's been. They'll punt it, waving the white flag. And if McNutt does declare, this is about as good as you can get for a 1-season stint as an Iowa Hawkeye. He will finish the season as the nation's leading passer. There's no way anybody is going to beat where he's at. He's at like 4,800 yards. He had like a 700-yard lead coming into the CFP. On paper, this matchup is so good, but Iowa, they just didn't show up. So I guess, I mean, let's be frank. Had there not been snow against Ohio, Ohio probably wins that game. I don't think any team was going to beat Iowa State, though, out of this side, if it wasn't going to be Notre Dame. Notre Dame was, I mean, was pretty much, the quadrant is like the Midwest quadrant, so Iowa State, champions of the Midwest. So here's the handoff to Cooper. He goes down. And as we hit triple zeros here in the Cy-Hawk Cotton Bowl, Iowa State dominates Coach Jarkus and the Hawkeyes for the second time this season, winning this matchup 42-14. That was a one-hander from Ray J. The Cyclones, they will move on to the Rose Bowl semifinal as they await the winner of the Fiesta Bowl later on today. But for now, we'll sign off from Jerry's World as we head to the Sugar Bowl. Bum, 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 bum. Kirko Squatch, your player of the game. All right, Flame, you're up next. One Big 12 team moves on. We got SEC and Big 12. It is possible that both sides of the bracket have a Big 12 SEC matchup in the Final Four. There's a chance it's Baylor, Auburn, and Tennessee, Iowa State. How crazy would that be? So the Big 10 is eliminated. They were arguably the best conference this season. It was really between Big 10 and Pac-12, who is the best conferences this season. We'll see if Washington can live up to the hype. But we got Baylor and Southern Miss coming up next, and death taxes the Baylor Bears, unless Johnny Ward has something to say about it. It's 2v7. All right, but what a game here. Let's check out all the stats, of course. I thought this Hail Mary was going to lead to something, but they just couldn't get anything going. And it just comes down to true talent. Iowa, when you look at their roster, just wasn't ready for this matchup. The offensive line's a couple years out. They kind of lost a lot of their great front seven players. Not a lot of talent in the secondary. As Jamarcus McNutt goes 18-29, 153, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, capping off an amazing season here, making it to the quarterfinals. Hal Miller only gets 67 yards today. He also led in receptions. Houston had a great game. LaShonte Bryant had a touchdown. On defense, Kyle Andrews, 11 tackles. And you just need some of these younger players to grow. A lot of freshmen out here. Orlando Silatonga, one of the veterans. 3 sacks on the day. No interceptions. They couldn't turn them over. No deflections. No fumbles or anything. And for Iowa State, they go to the Final Four on the back of Kirko Squatch, the redshirt junior. 20 of 25, 256, 5 touchdowns. Run the ball, Greg Cooper, 93 yards and a tutty. Ray J. Butler went 2 for 82 and a tutty as well. But Kirko Squatch kind of cemented himself as the leader of this team, the best player. The sack goes to Calvin Cox. 2 interceptions on the day. 2 deflections, no fumbles. And they did not have a defensive touchdown. So that's how this one will end. We'll check out the players of the game, and then we will be back here in a couple of minutes for the Sugar Bowl between Southern Miss, the 2 seed, and the Baylor Bears, who struggled with Hawaii. A lot of turnovers from their backup quarterback, J.J. Davis. So we'll see if they can beat Southern Miss. So, player of the game, Houston, Squatch, Cox, and Winans. 2 out of 4 SFA players. That is an Iowa State win. Let me pay you guys out, of course, before we get done here. 56% of you guys went with Iowa, but Iowa State survives. A lot of bobbing us on the line. And thank you guys for watching. Thank you for supporting. We'll be back, like I said, in a couple of minutes for a kickoff between Southern Miss and Baylor.